It's another Sunday. We have some more upcoming Solana NFT mints to cover. I am pretty excited for these projects. Obviously, market still isn't optimal, but hopefully Utes comes in and saves the day, because Frank actually today when I'm recording this video came in and said that the use reveal will be happening within 48 hours, which means that it probably will be happening around the time that this video goes live, which is super interesting. We have been waiting for so long, so hopefully that helps the entire market out. That would be lovely. But anyways, we have some awesome upcoming mints to talk about today. So if you enjoyed the video, smash a like, subscribe down below. The link to my Patreon and my Discord and my Twitter and all of that is also down below in the description if you want to check that out. But with that said, this is not financial advice. Now let's just head right into this first project. All right, so the first project that we're gonna cover is Inkwork Labs, powered by the Ink token, and they're building caboose, however you want to say that, and inkers from the ground up. This is a fairly hyped up project. They have 22,000 followers, 80 mutual followers, which is like pretty solid. The art basically looks like this, pretty like standard, decent art, nothing too crazy in my opinion, but just your average PFP art in my opinion. It's really all you need, but nothing exceptional. Their engagement seems to be like pretty decent. They are also launching with Launch Labs, obviously a fairly well-known launchpad and a really established launchpad in the space. They have a supply of 5,000 NFTs launching for 1.2 Solana, which doesn't seem to be like a horrible price. It all kind of just depends on the market. They are minting on November 12th, so it is still like 5 or 6 days until they're minting. So like, who knows, maybe Utes comes in and saves the day, brings a lot more liquidity and volume to the market, which may benefit mints like this. But like, it's hard to know right now. I'm not 100% convinced if I will mint this one and if they're like able to sell out and trade above mint price, but it is for sure a really interesting project. And one of the main things that they are focusing on is their Caboose tool. Utility alone is the cause of value, and here is the tool that will be available very soon, named Caboose. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that right, whatever. But this platform basically allows users to place multiple limit orders on every collection with the same bag of cash. In addition, users can also specify attributes and rarity parameters. As the process is quite simple, the users goes to the Caboose dashboard, selects the collection, defines their purchasing zone, logs the money including any fees, and the NFT is immediately like sniped once it reaches your specific price range. And they do also have tool number 2, which we don't really know what is. It just says that stay tuned. But just going over their first tool, Caboose, whatever. Yeah, I am really excited for this project. I do think they will be able to create some cool utilities for their holders, so therefore I am excited for it. I'm just not 100% convinced if they like have enough hype to sell out in this horrible market. Next up on the list, we have Taka Studios. This is another super interesting mint because they went for like a super degen mint price. As you can see, a supply of 5,555 NFTs with a price of 0.15 Solana, which is like extremely cheap, obviously, even in this market. They have 13,000 followers, 38 mutual followers. Another thing I really like is their artwork. Here is one example. This is another one. This one goes absolutely crazy. I am also a huge fan of this one. You have this kind of John Wick style PFP. You have this one kind of anime character. So overall, I'm actually a huge fan of their artwork. So considering their price is so low and they have such high quality artwork, this is probably one of the projects that I'm most interested in this week, just because of their fair price and their sick artwork. Here we basically have all of the details. They are minting on November 7th, which is tomorrow, obviously, so right around the corner, with a supply and price that I already told you. This is basically everything they have showed about the roadmap so far, so you can't really see too much. They have staking right here, which means that they probably will have their own token as well. They have clothing, so they probably will have some merch. It also says fragrance right here, so maybe they will do something in the fragrance industry. That would be pretty interesting because I haven't seen that been done before by any Solana NFT projects. There might be other like hidden clues in this picture right here, but those are the only ones that I've seen because they're obviously the most obvious ones, because it literally says clothing, fragrance, and staking. But either way, it seems like a really interesting project. They don't have any sort of crazy hype and engagement, but honestly, it is pretty solid. Like, if we jump into their announcements, 333 reactions on this announcement that was made today, 500 on the last one, 400, and that's really all you need in my opinion, considering their price is so low, because people will most likely mint multiple NFTs at once because they can afford it and the price is so low. So this is probably one of the projects that I'm most bullish on this upcoming week. All right, moving on to to project number 3, we have Moonshine K9, building an empire, one spirit at the time. They currently have 21,000 followers, over 100 mutual followers, which is solid. These are all of the mint details. Price 2.5 Solana, supply 8,888, which is really high. Honestly, in my opinion, this is way too high in this market. They are minting with Trust Labs, which is nice to see, basically partnering with Trust Labs, and on November 9th, as you can tell right here. Just looking at their engagement and stuff in their Discord, it's nothing crazy. You're looking at a couple hundred reactions with such a high supply and mint price. Personally, I'm just not sure if this one will sell out. It's probably not something that I will mint personally, but it was still one of the most interesting upcoming projects. Looking at their artwork right here, this is basically what it looks like. Pretty decent artwork. It's not my favorite personally. I definitely prefer Taka Studios, which was the previous project, a lot more than like this type of art. But overall, it is pretty decent PFP art. And it does seem like they're also doing some fairly interesting things in their roadmap, basically making their own whiskey from what I understand it as. And this whiskey will be shipped to 33 states across the US, the EU and UK. And in the recent announcement, they did also mention a K9 casino, so I'm guessing they will have their own casino as well. And regarding the mint price, they basically said that the price will not be over 2.5. This does not mean it will be 2.5. This is a maximum amount, so don't come at us saying 2.5 is too high. So I'm not sure exactly how it will work. Will they have a dynamic mint price? Not exactly sure. This was made 2 weeks ago, so I do think they actually just set it at 2.5 with an 8,888 supply, which seems a bit weird in this market considering they don't have any crazy hype, it seems like. But it is a pretty interesting project, just unfortunately not something that I will mint myself. Now moving on to the 4th project, we have Good Morning Dudes minting on November 10th, a supply of 2,850 dudes on Solana, building a Web3 retail experience on the backs of their mood boosting brand Ioka. Now these guys also went ahead and chose a pretty high mint price. The supply is pretty nice in my opinion, 2,850 seems like a nice supply, but they chose a 3 Solana mint price, which does seem quite a bit too high considering they don't even get 100 reactions on some of their announcements and stuff like that in their Discord, and their Twitter isn't looking great either. So it does seem like a fairly high price to supply ratio, unfortunately. Therefore, this is probably not something that I will mint either. This is basically what their artwork looks like, which isn't anything crazy either, to be honest. But one thing that I do like is that Ioka is apparently like a well-established product already, especially in Europe. It's basically these energy drinks, I believe, and it says that it's already in 1,000 physical outlets in Europe, which is really impressive, obviously. As you can see right here, it was founded in 2019. They're in over 1,200 stores right now, and they have driven a revenue of over $350,000, which is really solid. But their NFT approach doesn't necessarily seem to be working too well because they don't have any crazy amount of hype, considering they already have a product which has done more than $300,000 in revenue and is located in over 1,200 stores. You would think that they would be able to create a good amount of hype and just anticipation for a mint like this, but it seems like they have been lacking on the marketing side, haven't really been able to transition fully over and like reach the Solana NFT communities. So therefore, I just don't think their NFT will do too well, but it is pretty cool that they already have an established brand out there. So those were the 4 projects that I thought was worth mentioning in today's video. Now, before we end this video, I just have to mention Utes because they right now changed their description to tonight, which means that they will probably already have been revealed when you're watching this video, because I am recording 2 days before it goes live. So I'm extremely excited for this one. I hold 2 of the Utes or the tubes myself. I will just hold them and hopefully reveal a good ranking. They did also just release this like hype video. It's already at like 2,000 likes in like an hour basically. So hopefully this can help direct the market in a good direction. Hopefully, you know, drive some excitement back into the market because we have been lacking it in the Solana NFT market recently. So Frank, Utes, please help us out. I think the entire ecosystem is on your back right now. So please take us to the moon. But anyways, that's what I had to say today, basically. I do think we had 4 pretty interesting projects today. The one I'm most excited about is probably Taka Studios, just because of their sick artwork and their cheap degen mint price. But with that said, let me know which one of these projects you like the most down below in the comment section. If I missed any projects minting this upcoming week, also let me know down below, because unfortunately I am a human, I make mistakes, and I always miss out on some projects, unfortunately. But if you enjoyed the video and got any value from it, smash a like, subscribe down below as always. always, the links to all of these projects is down below in the description if you want to check them out further. So it's the link to my Twitter and my Discord. Make sure to join that, as well as check out my Patreon, where I share all of my calls, host tons of like whitelist raffles on both Solana and Aptos, maybe other chains in the future as well, and now accept crypto payments for my Patreon as well. But anyways, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.